Today was a pretty crappy day in regards to boot sales. We went to 3 boot sales, they were all closed up, but I still managed to get all this for 30 quid, including some absolute bangers. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Car Boot Chris, or just Chris if you don't want to use the car boot bit. I'm a full-time reseller. I buy and sell, I flip stuff online for a profit, and that's what I do. That's my full-time job. So I've got a bit of a story to tell. So today, we were all set to sell at a boot sale. Filled up the van, ready to go in the morning. It started drizzling a bit, and we went to our local boot sale, and they didn't let anybody know it was called off until it was way too late. So there must have been other sellers and buyers turning up there, finding it was closed up. So we went from there to an indoor boot sale. So you'd think to yourself, indoor boot sale, it'll be on. It'll probably be quite popular because it's raining out. We got there and it wasn't even on. They'd not even notified anybody. Not a dicky bird. Anyway, we went to another indoor boot sale. We thought we might be able to sell at that one. And we got there, and unfortunately, everybody had cancelled. And me and Belle were kind of scratching our heads because we were thinking, it's raining out. Why would you cancel? It's a perfect time to have an indoor boot sale. I mean, it's probably the only place that would have been open yesterday round here. But anyway, people had cancelled. We were the only one who turned up to sell. So obviously the whole event was just cancelled. But we spoke to the organiser, and he also sells at his own boot sale. And I happened to ask him if he had anything for sale that might be of interest. And other than a £500 electric bike, which was very nice, but out of my budget, he did have all these games. So we actually did a deal with the guy, the organiser. He let all these games go for 30 quid. It didn't take me long to decide because I did spot a couple of games in here that I thought might be worth it. And even if it was all bundle fodder, it's still worth 30 quid. In total, there was about 140 games. So for 30 quid, 140 games, you do the maths. That makes it, I don't know, less than 30p a game. Probably like 25p a game or something. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just a quick bit of maths. Let's say 25p a game. I mean, bundle fodder, there's still plenty of profit here. One thing to note, I am not an expert on games. I used to be quite good on games in the early 2000s when I had a shop, but not anymore. I'm well out of touch. After we'd been to 3 boot sales, I picked these up. We actually decided in the afternoon to set up a garage sale in our front garden. And we didn't really do much. We sold £20 worth of stuff in a couple of hours. Very, very, very quiet. Even though we plastered it all over Facebook, it didn't really work out. But we did get some jobs done at the same time. But whilst we were there, I did put some of the fodder games out and I did sell some. I'll start with these ones. Now, there are 6 games out of this box missing. Because when we did the garage yard sale thing, someone came along and bought 6 games for £10. So already I got £10 back out of my £30 spend. Because what I did was I made sure that these were like bundle fodder, basically. I was selling these at our garage sale for 3 for £5. And somebody came along and bought 6. So we're missing 6 games actually from this lot because I've already sold them. They weren't anything special. They were just kind of like, they were £3 to £5 games, which all these are £3 to £5 games. So I was doing them at 3 for a fiver, which is a good deal, especially if you're just going to keep them for yourself. Probably not any use if you're going to resell them, but so you can see here, it's all just your standard bundle fodder. That's what we call it in the game. Nothing sort of amazing, but just £3 to £5 games. Which what I will probably do with these is I will do big bundles on eBay, like maybe sort of 10 games for like £20 or something like that. something around that mark. There's nothing sort of major there, obviously. I went through, I scanned everything to pick out what was what. Also, bundle fodder, I think, is these Wii's as well. These Wii games. This is all sort of standard fare, sort of £3 to £5 games again. And something else missing from this lot, which I did pick up in this £30 lot, was some PC games. There was an Xbox One game, but it's only a wrestling game, so sort of a £5 value on it. There was a GameCube game, but it was just a wrestling game, WrestleMania, I think. So again, it's like a £5 game. That's all sort of stayed boxed up, so we are missing that from here as well. So you can add probably about another 20 games onto this lot, which makes it even cheaper per item, which I forgot about. But anyway, so that's all bundle fodder. This is going to all just be big bundles. I've actually got an Xbox console somewhere as well. I've got a Wii console. I might even chuck a big mega bundle together on those. Now, these are the ones that I checked and found that they had a little bit more value than these ones. So this big pile here is the £5 to £10 a game stack. These are somewhere between £5 and £10. This stack here, I believe, are all over £10 value. So I'll probably list most of these individually on eBay. These ones I'll probably still bundle, but it won't be as big a bundle as those ones. So these might be sort of 10 for £20. These might be sort of 5 for £20. Something like that, you know. So if we can have a little look through, there's a couple of Wii games there. Grand Theft Auto, Aliens, Predator, Dead Rising. Actually, some of the Transformers are worth some reasonable money. Sega Rally in there. Resident Evil. There's a few. And there are some that sort of lean themselves towards natural bundles. Like over here, we've got some Assassin's Creed. I could probably put like 5 Assassin's Creed together for like a tenner or something. Or, yeah, I don't really like doing smaller values, so I'll probably do much bigger value bundles, like £20 plus bundles, like real big ones. But these are all sort of, I reckon, £5 to £10 each on eBay. There could be a Transformers bundle. There could be like racing bundles. There's 2 Viva Pinatas, so they can probably go together. You know what I mean? Now, the ones that you're really interested in looking at are these. Now, these ones really did surprise me. There are some real good value here. And what I'll do with these particular ones is I'll put a sold listing or, you know, listed value on the screen as I go through each one. And then you can see what I think they're going to roughly be worth, each of these. So, Afro Samurai, anime, didn't even know this was a game, to be honest with you. I think I've seen like the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, but I didn't realise it came in a game form. Actually worth some pretty decent money, that one. This one is from the original Xbox, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I've yet to check the conditions of these. I've only checked the actual titles, the names. I haven't checked whether they've got manuals or the discs are all right. So that could write a few off probably. Singularity. What else we got here? Infinite Discovery. I'm hopefully putting the screenshots on for you, so you can see what kind of value we're looking at here. Harry Potter the Half-Blood Prince. This one's got a little bit more value. What else do we have here? Dark Souls. Got the original prices on some of these second-hand games. This is probably in an independent shop of gaming shop or something. They're kind of like the stickers I used to use. Dark Souls. This was a surprise, but Belle reckons that this was always like worth quite a lot of money when she tried to buy it a few years ago. The original Xbox Classics version of Simpsons Hit and Run. Now, not in the greatest condition, look, but actually holds some fairly decent value, that game. Now, cars. Cars in general always seems to be pretty sought after. But I wasn't expecting the value to come out of that you can see on the screen now. Need for Speed Carbon. Some of these can be worth some decent money. I'll just give it some time so that you can see the value, and then we'll move on to the next one. Blue Dragon. No idea what kind of game that is. Adventure. No. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I'm putting the amounts on screen, hopefully, for you to see. Lord of the Rings game. Again, another one I didn't expect to sort of have so much value. Lord of the Rings. It would have been nice to have a few more of those. I could have done like a Lord of the Rings bundle. Naughty Bear. I don't think I've actually ever seen this game. So this was a nice little surprise to see that it was worth some money. And don't forget, I paid 30 quid for all this. And I've already sold 6 out of here. So they've gone. And there's about 20 others, like PC games and stuff, all boxed up in the garage after we had our garage sale, because I thought I'll just dig them out at the next boot sale. So they're missing from here as well. Another cars game, Racerama. That could be worth putting together. Where's the other one? Disney cars. Could be worth putting those together. Just make the average sale price a little bit higher. Lost Odyssey. Worth a little bit. That one feels heavy. Probably got the manual and everything in that. And this one. Now, is this the elusive PES or... Because there's one football game that always seems to be worth a bit more than the others. Is it this one? Because this seems to be worth sort of like £10 to £15. And you wouldn't think it. Well, I'm not sure why. Drop us a comment below. Why is this game... when most football games older than 1 year are literally worthless, why is this one holding value? Why is it? I do not know, but I remember that somebody mentioned in the community that there was one particular football game. I thought it was a FIFA, but I'm not sure why. Drop us a comment. There you go. I think I did pretty well, considering I'm not a games buyer, really, to be honest, but... this deal sort of like saved the day a bit, because we went to 3 boot sales, drew a blank. We couldn't sell, we couldn't buy apart from this, which we did a deal with the owner of one of the boot sales. And we did our own garage sale, but that was a bit of a failure, if you like. Sold £20 worth of stuff. £10 of it was 6 games out of here. So yeah, now what I'm going to do with these is go through them, create some big bundles on these, big bundle on that. I might even do all those Wii games together. And then I'm going to sift through these. I'm probably going to individually list those. Let's try and figure out a value of all these games. So firstly, there's about 20 PC games not here in the garage boxed up. So let's put a value of 50p each on those. So that's £10. We sold 6 of these already for £10, so that's £20. There's about 80 of these low-value bundle fodders. So if we make up bundles out of these, let's say £2 each on these. So if we did like 10 for £20, that would be £2 each. So that's 160 plus the 10 and 10, that's £180 so far before we've even hit these. 180. There is 34 games here on the £5 to £10 value. Let's keep the expectation low. So let's say these are worth on average £4 each. So let's round it down to £120. So that's 34 at £4 each. Let's call it £120. So that's 180, add 120, that's 280, that's £300 now, total, out of our £30. And then we're left with these, which are individually priced. Let's put an average price on each of these. Let's be fairly conservative. I've said these are all worth over £10. So let's put an average price of, what should we do? Because you lot will just say, oh, it's not worth that much. Let's just say 10. Let's say an average of 10 or let's say £12, I reckon. £12 each on these. There's 16 there. Average price £12 each. I think the average is going to be more than that, by the way, but let's keep it low. £12 each. So that's 120. That's almost £200. Let's say 200 on that, because that gives us a nice even number. £500 for my £30 spend here. What do you reckon? Unrealistic? Or, yes, I appreciate bundles are going to take a while to sell, but I think these will probably do all right. And those will do a little bit better, obviously. So you can see now why I said that this bundle deal saved the day. £30 into potentially around the £500 mark. If I hadn't have asked him if he had anything for sale, we'd have come away and the whole day would have been a complete washout. Thanks very much for watching. I'm going to bang a couple of videos up here that might interest you. One up here, just about there. One down here. And just over here in the corner is the subscribe button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified when we go live, which is every Monday. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.